Joseph, what you doing? Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Hello, and good evening, everyone. You like that picture I put up, Joseph? Are you looking at it? Are you in the chat? Hey, Reese Cup, what's going on, girl?
Hey, Jason. Oh, yes, Jim said we got to talk about what happened last night.
All right, I'm getting this set up, y'all. So it's gonna take me a couple of seconds to get this set up, but I'm gonna get it set up.
Hey, Reese girl.
All right, so here we go. We sharing the screen. That's what we're doing. We're gonna share the screen. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna set this up. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little late. I'm a little late.
Yeah, well, listen.
And there's a good explanation for me being late. Yes. First of all, I'm in the midst of cooking dinner. I decided I would go ahead and start dinner early, and that way it would be out the way. So I got that done, and I'm just like trying to catch up with myself here. I'm trying to catch up with myself here, because y'all, the struggle is real. It ain't even the struggle, child. It's just the things that just go on throughout the course of the day. With Joseph and I, we went to the doctor this morning. Well, I had to go to the hospital. Of course, y'all seen me when we went live early this morning. We went to the hospital. I had to get my iron infusion. Joseph had to go to his dialysis and meet with his doctors and his nurses. We got that done, and we got home at a decent time. We got home at what, 3 o'clock, Joseph?
Yeah.
About 3 o'clock, 3:30, we got home. And no sooner than we get home and get settled in and stuff like that, here come Tigger. Here come Tigger.
And speaking of, he just ran in the room.
And what he got? What he got? Tell him what he got, Joseph.
Nothing, thank God.
No, I'm talking about what he had earlier. Child, this is Tigger, child. No, but you know what? We ain't gonna say nothing bad about Tigger.
No, Tigger doing his job.
He doing his job. He doing his job. Tigger done caught another mouse.
Two.
No, actually, no. It was last night. Last night he caught 3.
I need this landlord gonna get 3.
Now y'all in the chat, y'all tell us what we need to do. Because Joseph already said what he gonna do. Now we live in this beautiful house. Our house is beautiful. And before we got the cats, never saw a mouse, never saw one. But we know we live in the country, so they're all over the place, you know. And because it's wintertime, they're looking for a warm place, you know. And I'm telling y'all, we don't keep a nasty house. We don't keep no nasty house. So it's not that our house is not clean or anything like that, but it seems like we are a mouse magnet, because this week alone, I've caught, we're on mouse number what, 7 now?
Tigger done caught about 7 months.
Yeah, we're just this week we caught 7. And so our landlord not only wants to go up on our rent $100
for having the cat.
Well, he has not only raised our rent $100, and we paid the rent increase for having the cats because he's charging us $50 per cat. He also wants a $350 pet deposit.
And when we told him that the cat caught mice, he had the audacity to say he wasn't sending an exterminator. Well, this is what he told.
But this is my thing with the pet deposit. I can understand we still had Joe Mel, we had a dog, right? But what damage do a cat do? Y'all tell me what damage do a cat do? And y'all tell us. Send us an email, put it in the chat. What should we do? Because we done made a decision. It's not fair for us to pay no pet deposit, number one. And it's really not fair for us to pay no rent increase because we paying for the damn exterminator. We got two cats. And but for us, having these cats, we would have mice all over the place, it seemed like. So what should we do, y'all?
Oh, I'm not finding no hole. I know where they probably coming from because I know where the cats be stalking, looking for them. But he's going to send somebody to plug up the hole. He's going to send somebody to exterminate. This is his house, and I'm paying him rent. This is not my house. I did not purchase this house. This is not my responsibility.
I'm glad we did, Joseph. I'm glad we did because we was thinking about purchasing this house. It's bad enough we got rabbits in the basement.
Cats only piss all over the place if you don't keep their litter box clean.
And if you don't, neuter them, if you don't spay and neuter them, they will do that. They'll spray. But our cats are spayed and neutered, and they don't spray. They have not one, but two litter boxes. Okay? Two. So there's no way in the world that we would leave this place and the cats would do any damage. We don't have carpet. So, I mean, even let's say for argument's sake that they weren't spayed and neutered, even if they sprayed, where they gonna spray it? The only place cats will only spray where it's cool or cold. They'll go and they'll spray in your bathtub
or the wall
or on the wall, in your bathroom. They don't usually the only other place they would spray is if you have clothes, in a closet or somewhere you got clothes or something. We don't have a whole bunch of stuff in this house for them to spray on. They'll spray on something. They're if anything, they would spray on the boxes from the medical supplies that we have, but they don't spray. Our cats don't spray. But anyway, we're gonna get on with this evening's show, y'all. This is a conversation.
Yes, James to have.
This is a conversation that we need to have. This is a conversation that we need to continue to have in our communities about what's going on with law enforcement. And that's what we're talking about today. And first of all, let me just say hello to everybody on Facebook. If you are in law enforcement and you want to join in this conversation, if you're a normal person that has endured something from law enforcement that you feel is unfair and you want to share that, please, by all means, the link is in the chat. I'm putting it in there now. Please share with us so that we can share these things and we can have a conversation about it and we can talk about what we need to do in our communities to fix it. What the heck? Joseph, am I still live?
I believe so.
I'm getting this message.
It looks like it.
They're saying check your connection. Okay, let's see. Let me just make sure we're live. Y'all, I apologize.
Yeah, you still live.
Okay, I'm still live.
Came through.
Okay.
Hey, Monica.
All right. Okay. Let me just okay, I might have to watch that later. We're gonna have to continue to have these conversations in our communities because it y'all, this ain't no black and this is a black and white thing. I mean a black thing, but it's not just a black thing anymore. This is spilled over to all people. Okay? I'm going to show y'all this video, and I want y'all to be shocked.
Because you will be.
I want you to be shocked by this, and I want you to take this to heart. I want you to be afraid, and I want you to be afraid enough that when you see something like this, or hopefully, hope and pray to God that you don't never witness nothing like this. But when you see people being wronged by the police, that you will stop. Pull out your video camera if you have to. Pull out your video cameras and videotape. Don't be one of those people that witnesses something like this and not say anything.
And call the police on the police.
You can call the police on the police. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't be afraid. Okay? So I'm gonna play this video, Joseph.
Courtesy of Rowan Martin.
Yes, courtesy of Rowan Martin. So here we go. Let me just get it queued up and stuff.
Should have it queued up already.
Not go to the store, sir.
Stop now. You need to stop.
Bravo 8, shots fired.
I'm gonna hit my attack.
All right, here I go. I'm sorry, y'all. Please excuse me not having on no shirt. I got on a tank top. But did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch it? Because I had to watch it 3 times.
I had to watch it twice.
I had to watch it 3 times because I could not believe my damn eyes. I could not believe my eyes. Not only did this police officer shoot a disabled person in a wheelchair
In the back.
but they shot this person 9 times. 9 times. I want y'all to remember that number. 9 times. That's just like George Floyd. That man, he sat on George Floyd's neck for 9 minutes and he died. It's the same. And listen, I don't know if the person in the wheelchair was black. I don't know if they were white. I don't care.
No shade, you could have shot the wheels out on the wheelchair and they couldn't go.
I don't care. But nobody, and I don't care if you black, white, I don't care what your race is, nobody deserves to die like that. Nobody. This person was rolling in the store at a slow pace, and this police officer got out their car and ran.
No, that wasn't the one that shot. You
No,
gotta
no.
watch it again. It
No,
wasn't
I'm
the-
talking about the police officer with the body cam on. They were
Right.
walking fast, or they ran over to this man and shot 9 times. 9 goddamn times. Now y'all make that make sense for me. I want somebody to make that. I want somebody in law enforcement to make that make sense for me. Now, even if somebody, because there was a security guard that was saying you can't go into the store, sir. Even if this person disobeyed, they could have ran over to this man and cuffed him or whatever. There was, to me, thousands of options that they could have taken, that this officer could have taken, besides shooting this man.
And they don't even know if he was deaf. He could have been deaf.
He could have been. He could have been. He could have been Joseph. He could have been, mentally disabled. It
Well,
makes
clearly he
no
was disabled.
sense. It makes no sense. And this officer ain't been arrested. I want y'all to know this. I want y'all to understand it. This happened in Arizona. This officer has not been arrested. This officer has just been terminated. Now, they're not saying what the officer's name is. They haven't given out the name of the victim or anything like this. But this officer has not been arrested yet. This officer has just been terminated.
Because, of course, they're going to do an investigation.
Now, I want somebody to make that make sense to me. I need for somebody to make it make sense to me.
It don't make sense.
Absolutely, it doesn't. But Joseph, I wanted to play this video because I wanted to show people that this is happening everywhere. This is happening everywhere. It's happening all over our country. You know, these are, and some of these, listen, this should have made it to national news. This ain't even made it to national news yet. Y'all hold on. I got to go get my food.
Of course, because they don't want to expose it for what it is, because they know people will be up in arms. You shot a person in the back in a wheelchair that wasn't even going fast. You could have shot the wheels out. You could have shot the wheels out the wheelchair. And where was they going after that? Nowhere. It wasn't going to roll. You can't roll without wheels. You didn't do that. You want to shoot them. Not only did you shoot them, but you shot and shot and shot and shot like they was coming at. Like, who does that? Some of these cops are out of control. Some of these cops are really out of control. And somebody needs to do something about them. They need to either retrain them or fire them and get new people, or are they just hiring anybody that, was a little boy or a little girl and said, well, I want to be a police when I grow up. And all they did when they was little was bang, 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 and think being a cop is shooting every goddamn body. You didn't even have to shoot him or her, because we don't know if it's a man or a woman. You didn't have to shoot him or her. You could have tased them. All you had to do was tase them.
Yeah. But here's the thing, Joseph. Here's the thing.
I'm just saying, if you got to do something, you could have tased them.
Here's the thing, y'all. There are certain occupations in this country that are not just a job where you go and you punch in and you do your job and then you leave. There's just some occupations that are not built like that, like being a judge. Okay? Being a teacher, it takes a special person. You can't just go to school and get an education and say, I'm going to be a teacher. You have to dedicate your life to educating. When you're a police officer, you have to dedicate your life to policing, to knowing what is within the law, to doing what's within the law, to doing the right thing. If you want to be president of the United States, you have to, it's not just a job. It's not just a job where most presidents, they get the president gets a salary. Most presidents don't even take their salary because it's more than just a salary to them. It's more than just a salary. The money don't mean nothing to them. They're a public servant. When you are a politician, you're a public servant. Most politicians don't even take their salary. They do it for the love of it. They do it because that's what's in their heart. They do it because that's what they feel as though they were put on this earth to do. That is their life. It's more than just waking up in the morning and going to work at 10 o'clock in the morning and then leaving at 5. Their job goes beyond that. You know what I think the problem is? They just hiring police officers because they have a shortage on police officers. You can't do that. Not
No,
with
and
law
I think
enforcement. Not with law enforcement. You can't do that. You can't just put somebody in that position and expect for them to police or know how to police. That my father, let me say, my father was a police officer. My father went to the academy, and the police, his job was about more. My father was a community activist. My father and his friends, they had their own little club. They called the Brothers in Blue. They did things in the community. It was more than that. And even growing up, for a long time, I hated that my father was a cop because he spent so much time away from home because the job took him away from home.
no, but I think too what the problem is, these people become police and they don't have no respect in their real life, and they think as a cop they're going to get respect. And one thing that you need to know, there are certain jobs that I don't care how good, unless you do it above and beyond what you're supposed to, you're not going to get respect. You can't take a job at the counter at McDonald's and think somebody ain't going to curse you out. You can't sit on the phone and be a customer service representative and think somebody ain't going to curse you out. You can't. And they get mad because, like, they'll get mad because somebody tell them fuck them or give them the middle finger. So now they want to show you and they want to fucking kill you. It don't work that way, because if that was the case, half of us be walking around with guns and shooting motherfuckers just because we didn't like the way they looked at us. But they think they can because they got the power to do that. That's why a lot of them get mad, because you can't go in the house. Why can't I go in my motherfucker? They shot that man that wanted to go in the house from getting his Subway sandwiches. All he was doing was going in the house and they shot him dead. What the fuck he got in the Subway bag? What he got in the bag? Because he don't want to listen to you and not go in his house, so you want to shoot him. Who the fuck are you? Who died and made you God? Because you don't like, because I don't want to fucking listen to you. You ain't shit. But when your ass supposed to be somewhere, when you supposed to be there to protect me, you ain't never know where to be fucking found. Or you want to come 2-3 hours later and Bobo done kicked my ass and shot up my whole family, and I'm sitting there like, well, where was you when I needed you? Where was the gun when I needed the gun? Where was everything when I needed it? You was nowhere to be found. But you know how to show up when the motherfucker don't need you. You know how to show up when shit ain't necessary. But when shit is necessary, y'all ain't nowhere to be found. Never know where to be found when shit is necessary.
Okay, I got a shirt on, y'all. But what do we do? What are we to do? Because they the ones that got the guns. They the ones that got the tasers. If we strike back on them, the justice system is going to look at you as being vigilant. You're a vigilante, or you're they're going to look at you as if you are wrong. You're going to be the one that's in jail for life or worse.
But the cops act like it's a motherfucking safari out this bitch. And they just hunting. They just out hunting just for the hell of it.
So as far as I'm concerned, they give it these police officers, these new age police officers coming out here, they just give them a license to kill. If you want a license to kill, join the police force. That they may as well say that. If you want a license to kill, then join the police, join your local police force, because that's what they're doing. And y'all, let me tell you, I'm gonna be clear about this, because I come from the hood. And so I don't see a whole bunch of white police officers where I come from. It's black police officers that do this shit too. It's not just white police officers. Y'all, we gotta stop focusing on black and white, because it's both. It's both. And y'all, we gotta do something about it. There needs to be a forum in all communities about what these, y'all, let me tell you something. I know every single police officer just about in Rome, New York. Every last one. I see them right at the gas station up the street where I live at. I might not know all of them, but when I see them, I speak to them and they speak to me. We stand and have conversations and drink coffee and talk about what's going on in the town and so on and so forth. And I ask them, questions. I ask them questions. I talk to them. Now, as much as a lot of y'all may say the police ain't approachable in your neighborhood and stuff like that. Y'all, first of all, y'all got to get rid of this. Y'all got to get rid of this this fear. See, we have a fear of in our community as well. See, if somebody see you talking to a police officer, they consider you a snitch. We got to break down all these walls and barriers in our communities. Number one, so that we can sit down and we can have a decent conversation with law enforcement. See, because what we're doing now is we're yelling, we're fighting with police officers. It ain't gonna work that way. It's not gonna work.
I have seen where police officers were polite and people provoke them. So I'm not even gonna sit here and say that sometimes people don't provoke them.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because I have seen
I can't say that.
videos and I'm sitting there going, well, why didn't you just give them what they asked for? Like, big deal.
Because our history,
you already know how this is going to turn out. So why?
And I'm gonna tell you why, Joseph. Because our history, especially us Black people, our history has taught us that if we comply or if we just relax and just do what an officer says, then we punks. I mean, and yes, Joseph, we've seen plenty of videos where people have been pulled over by the police and Black people. Why the fuck you pulling me over?
I have rights.
Why you in my yard?
Rights.
Why you doing this? Why you knocking on my door? I told you he don't live here no more. What's the problem with saying, hey officer, is there a problem? Now, if an officer pop off at you after you done been nice and polite with them, that's a whole different story. That's a different story. See, because just like y'all want them to take responsibility, we got to take responsibility too.
You want them to respect you, you got to respect them.
I'm a strong believer, Joseph, in life that you get what you give.
Right. You can't expect them to respect you.
I mean, there's circumstances where police officers are just flat out wrong. They just flat out wrong. You know what I'm saying? There's some police officers out there that just ain't right. They're racist. They always gonna be that way. They used to that good old boy system for back in the 60s and the 70s. That's just how they are. Okay? But those days, hopefully, every day, something like this, like when shit like this happen, is coming to pass. See, because these police officers they starting to make these police officers pay for the murders that they're committing in these communities, which is a good thing. I'm glad George Floyd that police officer, what's his name, went to jail for killing George Floyd, rightfully so.
The only time a police officer should kill you is if they feel their life is in danger. And when your back is turned to them, their life is not in danger.
Right.
And even if your front is turned to them and you ain't got no weapon, their life is not in danger.
Right. But I'm just saying, Joseph, if a police officer say, put your hands up and don't move, don't move.
But
don't move,
in all actuality, there have been videos that I've seen where people did that. Hell, I've seen a video where a man actually laid down on the ground with his hands above his head.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying if that be the case, if you've complied, if you have been a person who have complied, then that's a different case. But you and I both know, Joseph, and we've seen it, we've witnessed how, a police officer had told some man to put their hands up and they just came walking at the police and the police saying, stop, 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 stop. And police officers do what they got to do.
Right.
Some of these shootings are the police are within their rights to do. Some of them. But there are, it seems to be in this climate, in this world, in the climate of the world today, like a lot of these police officers are just rogue as fuck. They used to make you take a psychiatric exam before you can get on the police force. I'm trying to understand if these psychiatric exams are just being looked over where, I mean, because like I said, it takes a special person to be a police officer. It does. I, I know because I grew up with one. My father was a police officer. I saw the care and the nurturing, and I saw all the commitment that he, you know, took when it came to his job. And I saw the above and beyond that, my father went, to be who he was as a police officer. It was a lifestyle. That's a lifestyle. It was his lifestyle. I don't know. I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words about this. I don't know about y'all, but I'm pissed the fuck off. That didn't even happen. Nowhere near me, but I'm pissed the fuck off. And I'm afraid.
If anything, you should be afraid.
I'm like Joseph, imagine. And this happened at a Walmart. This happened at a Walmart in Arizona. But imagine you walking in the store and you got your walker, right? And the police officer tells you to stop, right? And you take your hands and you put them on your walker and make a move that a police officer don't think you should make, and he just shoots you. What the fuck? What the hell?
You just died.
Your life is just gone. It's gone. That don't make no sense to me, y'all. That don't gel right with me. This is what we need to have a conversation about. These are the things that we need to be talking about. These are the forums that we need to involve ourselves in, because something like that don't never need to happen again. It don't never need to happen. And I'm gonna tell you another thing that don't need to happen again. That boy that killed them high school students that went in that school and killed them students. That don't make no damn sense. You as a parent, now this is the thing that bothered me about that. The parents were in the office having a school meeting about their son and some of the things that he had written about how he wanted to do damage to his peers for whatever reason. I don't care what the damn reason. It ain't no reason. It ain't nothing that bad that's going on in your life as a student that would make you want to get a gun and just start just randomly shooting people that have done nothing to you. It just makes no sense to me. That shit don't make no sense to me. They were in the office with their son. They had a meeting with the school about their son's behavior and so on and so forth. And this man, this boy, hours after this meeting, goes back to the school and kills. I think he killed what, 6 people? You as a parent, it has been brought to your attention of what your child is capable of doing, and yet you have a gun in the house. Like I said, my father was a police officer. All my life, he was a police officer from a baby. My father was a police officer. Always had a gun in the house. I ain't never seen my father. The only time I ever saw my father's gun was when it was on his hip. Never knew where it was. Hold on, Joseph. Never knew where my father's gun was in the house. My father when he came home from work, he locked that gun up. My mother made sure of that. He locked that gun up. I can't even remember a time, and I was one of them kids, I was nippy. Y'all know what nippy mean? Nippy mean you was nosy. I used to always be all in my mama and daddy's closet trying to see what they had. Ain't never came across my father's gun. Ever. Ever. But this child came upon a gun that his mother and father had purchased days ago and got it and just went crazy and just went back to the school and just started shooting folks. And then you gun owners, well, I'm not gonna say because me and Joseph, we gun owners, but you can't sit back and wonder why your gun rights being taken away from you and your right to carry and bear arms and stuff like that. If shit like this is happening, this is what fucking happens, y'all, when you are irresponsible with a gun.
Yeah, because it ain't the gun. It's
It's
the
not the gun.
irresponsible parent.
Yeah. And rightfully so, both of them parents are being charged with first-degree manslaughter. And they rightfully should be charged and they should be convicted and they should go to jail right damn along with their son. What we gonna do, y'all? What are we gonna do?
But are we still? Can we talk about something else? Or
Sure, we
still
can.
talking about that?
Sure.
Because I want to gloat for a minute. Because I want to say this to all you people that told me that I don't give people a chance and I just make people guilty because, you know, I roll with what the media says.
Hey, Trisha.
I don't have a mind of my own and blah, 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 blah. But how do you feel that Miss Jussie Smollett is going to jail?
She needs to.
For a bunch of different counts of lies she told about that whole ordeal when I was telling y'all she was lying.
She need to.
Y'all told me, oh, give her the benefit of the doubt. You don't know. You don't know. And I said, I know, honey, she's a liar.
Well, you know, I was on her side. You know that, Joseph. I was on Miss Jessie's side for a little while.
Oh, you and a bunch of other people.
I was on Miss Jessie's side for a little while. I was like, Joseph, she ain't been convicted in the court of law. Let's give her, they're coming down too hard on Miss Jessie, Miss Smollett. They're coming down a little too hard on her. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Until the lies from the book of lies was open. And she started reading from the book of lies and telling all these lies that didn't make no damn sense.
Yeah, she nurses.
Miss Jessie need to go to jail.
Yes, y'all was telling me, and I can recall the videos and the comments that I was this and I was that, and how could I say that? And she's a gay advocate. I mean, she just sent us back thousands of years.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Not only black people, but gay people. Yes, she did. Yeah.
That whole thing.
And I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I am. I'm embarrassed by her.
Like, you couldn't come up with something better than that.
Right.
I mean, if you're going to do something, at least.
I just want to know what
went through his head.
Like, why? Like, when people tell, like this is a big, epic, prefabricated.
But what made you think in sub-zero weather that people would believe that story? In sub-zero weather.
I mean, like
cold.
If this was something that you premeditated, did you really think on this? It's like sometimes when I say people, some people don't look in the mirror when they go outside. They just go outside and they just look in the mirror and they just really be thinking they be looking good and they really don't. They look like a hot ghettomess.com. It's like that. It's like, girl, did you really think this whole thing through? And if you thought it through, that really made sense to you? Did that really make sense, girl?
If that made sense to her, now I know why B-Boy Blues look the way it did.
Yeah. Because that was a terrible movie. We don't leave that alone because James Earl Hardy is a good friend of ours. Shout out to good James Earl Hardy. But I hope he decides to redo the movie.
Somebody that know what they're doing.
Yeah, somebody know what they're doing. He should have had somebody else do that movie. We don't leave that alone though, Joseph. But
there is one thing I need you to do. If you remake the movie, definitely, because she made the movie for me, you have to put Heather B back in.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to.
Because Heather B was everything.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. And lettuce.
Yeah.
And lettuce.
Lettuce was too, but Heather B was like my whole
Heather B played little bits, mama, and lettuce played little bits. No, Heather B played little bits aunt, and lettuce played little bits mother. Lettuce is a good actress. She's a good actress, by the way. She is. She's a very good actress. I really hope they redo that. That movie does need a redo. That needs to be scrapped. Now I'm told that it done won some awards or something. I don't know where it won awards. I don't know if it won awards because it's an indie movie. It's an independent movie. So
right. So we could have.
But and I'm happy for James Earl Hardy because it's well deserved. His work is phenomenal. So whatever awards he wins from it is well deserved. But I hope he decides to do a redo on it.
Yes, and don't forget, you all, we're helping.
Before we go on with that, let's talk about this one last thing, and then we can go on with that, Joseph, because I know what you're going to talk about. Y'all, I was so in my feelings last night after I got off of here. I was trolling. Is that what you call it, trolling?
Yeah.
I was trolling YouTube. And shout out to Mookie, because Mookie put up the video. And y'all, if y'all ain't seen that video that Mookie put up yesterday about Miss Andrew Caldwell in the pulpit, now Miss Andrew Caldwell is in the pulpit, y'all. Let me just say this about that. See, because I was getting ready to get mad at Miss Andrew Caldwell. Miss Andrew Caldwell ain't doing nothing but being her. So I ain't even going to get mad at her. But you know what? Damn the church. Damn the church and curse the church that allowed that queen. That's what I called her. Her. Miss Andrew, Miss Caldwell, Miss Andrea, Andrenisha, his mother Caldwell. Damn the church. I curse the church that allowed that queen to get up to stand up behind their legacy, their church, and what they stand for, and preach that bullshit. Because that's what it was. It was some bullshit. And if you people in the Church of God in Christ, you Kojic people and you people that call yourself holiness, if that's what y'all believe, if y'all believe that bullshit and y'all stand behind that bullshit that Andrew was preaching in that pulpit, because they was just a clap. And there was only about 2 people at church any damn way. But if y'all Pentecostal and y'all Kojic people believe that shit, I don't give a fuck who you are. Fuck you. And y'all, I can't wait. I'm one of those people, Joseph. Let me tell you something. I'm not looking forward to this world ending anytime soon, but I'm one that can't wait for Judgment Day. I can't wait for Judgment Day. For all you church burgers and all you so-called Christians that believe what you believe, I can't wait. I can't wait for Judgment Day. For y'all to get the shit smacked the fuck up out of you when God tell you, you know what, you was wrong, and smack the motherfucking shit out of you and tell you to go some goddamn way and set the fuck down. Because that's and I believe that about any church, from the Church of God in Christ, from the Catholics to the Jewish. I don't care who you are. If you are a part of a ministry that preaches hate and says that God hates this and says it preaches what God hates, because God don't hate nothing that He creates. Nothing. God don't hate nothing He creates. He don't hate the murderer. God don't hate the murderer. The murderer hates God. And y'all continue going to church on Sunday and believing that bullshit that stupid ass preacher is preaching to you in the pulpit. Y'all sit up there and y'all co-sign that, and you gay people, I hold y'all even more responsible for sitting there and co-signing that bullshit. Y'all continue to go to church and do that shit. And listen, I go to church. I have a church home, but my pastor don't preach that bullshit. My pastor don't preach that. And I've been a part of the holiness in the Church of God in Christ all of my life.
Yeah, bullshit.
All of my life. Okay? And the difference, there is no difference. There is no difference. No difference whatsoever. My pastor, God rest his soul, Elder Arthur James Farrar, God rest his soul. I had a personal relationship with my pastor. Personal. Personal. Never told me, and he knew who I was. He knew I was gay. I used to bring my boyfriend to church.
Hey, Dwayne.
I used to bring my boyfriend to church. I used to bring every last boyfriend that I had when I was young. I used to bring them right to church with me. My pastor treated them like he treated them just like he would treat any other person.
She knows this. I told Mel the same thing. I told Mel they let Andrew do that because they know, because it really sounded like it was only 5 people in the church, but they did it to get people to come there to see Andrew and get money. That's what they did it for.
But you know what? It's still fucked up. And I'm gonna find out, Mookie. If you in this chat, you in the bushes, I want you to tell me what church that was. Because they need to be. I'm gonna put their asses. If I find out what church that is, I'm gonna do my due diligence to make sure that everybody knows who they are. You dumb motherfucker. And whoever the bishop is, I forgot what they said the bishop's name was. But you stupid bishop, you need to have your title stripped from you. You don't need to have a church. You or your stupid ass first lady and everybody that stands behind that damn stupid ass fucking church, they need to burn that church down to the fucking ground. And I know that sounds like some hate shit, but that is, I hate what fucking hates me. I hate what hates me.
Well, let's say this. They didn't say they hated you. Andrew said he hated you.
No, but they co-signed his shit.
I'm telling you, they did it. They did it for the recognition. They did it because what better way to have people watch your church or come to your church than to have Miss Andrew Gold?
But Joseph, if you talking some bullshit, I'm not standing behind your bullshit.
Well, I agree with you.
I'm not co-signing your bullshit. And for them to allow this boy to be in their church to stand behind their pulpit and preach, they co-signing that shit.
Do you forget the comments we got on Andrew's Live?
Yeah.
Telling us we miserable in our own lives.
What did we tell? We told them to kiss my ass right in the fucking crack.
Somebody just made a comment last week that we're miserable with our little gay lives. That's why we talk about Andrew. I didn't even respond because I'm like, I'm not going to respond to a video that was made 2 years ago. I'm not. Like, if that was something new, then so be it. I'm not going to sit there and curse you out for a video I made 2 years ago. That's irrelevant right now. But what I'm saying is, you don't watch his lives, and people call me in on his lives on Facebook that were people that watched us from the get-go, and they tag me in videos when he's live because they want me to go in on him because of the stuff that he was saying. And I sit there, and I can't even watch the live because it just makes me sick. I'm like, I can't even watch this because it's just a bunch of rhetoric that somebody told him that he believed, and now he's spewing it to other people.
You know what I find hard to believe?
Andrew just want to be a part of something, and if being a part of something means that he has to sit there and denounce who he is as a person, that's what he's going to do.
But you know what, Joseph? When you put gas in a car, what does it do? It goes. And see, this is my problem. This is what I'm finding. It's not Andrew for me. This is what I'm finding it hard to hold on to. The fact that there are people out there
that believe him.
There's
more people that believe him.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all that this is real. and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say, Joseph, I say this all the time, and I say it in your language, because you from Jamaica. You can't change what you can't change.
But
Okay, you can't change it. You can't rascal
but you have
change it.
people that
And
want
let
to
me tell you
believe
something.
him.
You are who you are. Who you are. Period. Point blank. I don't care. You can. Let me tell you something. If you gay and you make a decision that you ain't gonna be gay no more, and you gonna go and marry a woman, and you gonna have children, and you gonna do all that, that don't mean you ain't gay. Because gay is in here. It's in the heart. Being a heterosexual, it's in here. It's in your heart. You can't change that. You can't change your aesthetic like that. And I find it so fucking hard to believe that there are people in this country that believe that this boy has been delivered.
That's because they want to
from
believe
being
it.
gay.
Because
He ain't been delivered from being gay.
Let me tell you something. I promise you.
And the other thing that,
All
and I'm
the
gonna tell you
people
the
that
thing
sit
that,
there and believe Andrew are people who have gay sons,
and,
gay
the,
daughters,
and I'm gonna
gay
tell you
nieces
the
and
thing that
nephews,
bothers
and
me.
they want to believe that it is possible for their little children and their little nieces and nephews and anybody else that they know, because that's why they believe it. Everybody can look at their child and tell she's a woman, honey. Anybody with Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder could say she's a woman, but people want to believe him. And you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I give her credit. You ain't since she screamed she was delivered. You ain't never caught her with a man. You ain't never caught her slipping.
Yeah, because she know how to be on the DL.
No, that's what I'm saying.
She only doing her dirt all by her lonely. That's what she's supposed to do.
She ain't. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, nobody gonna own him to be with him nobody. Look at him.
Right.
But I'm just saying, she ain't slipping.
Right.
So
she doing
that.
That's the one thing I'm gonna give him his praise. I'm gonna give him his props for it because he doing what he's supposed to do. Let me tell you something. When you're supposed to be on the down low, me and Joseph had this conversation in the car on the way to the doctor. I said, Joseph, my father always told me when you do your dirt, it's like Naughty by Nature said, do your dirt all by your lonely. You're supposed to do your dirt all by your lonely. If you don't want nobody to know your deep, dark secret, then you're supposed to make sure that don't nobody find out about your deep, dark, goddamn secret. Because if your deep, dark secret get out, trust me when I tell you, Gag Nation is going to say that. He doing what he's supposed to do, y'all. He doing what he's supposed to do. I guarantee you, Andrew sucking somebody's dick and he getting plugged. I promise you that. But he doing it with DL. And he doing it with somebody that he know gonna keep their mouth shut. Mark my words. Mark my words. Y'all gonna find this out within the next 5 to 10 years about Miss Andrew Caldwell. There's gonna come a day. See, because what goes on in the dark always comes to the light. Somebody gonna come out and somebody gonna sit up there and they gonna say something. And y'all gonna be sitting back and y'all gonna be sitting there and it might be us. We might uncover the story. But it's somebody gonna uncover Miss Andrew and her bullshit. Somebody gonna uncover the bullshit. Somebody gonna get to the bullshit. The only reason why I ain't got to the bullshit because I ain't got no money. Because I said, Joe, I said this to Joseph, and I said this to you. I said, I would love to hire a private investigator. I would love to hire a private investigator. Somebody that's going to find out everything. Y'all remember? Because he done told so many damn lies. He been a millionaire, right?
He's still a millionaire.
He knows the Kardashians, right?
Nene.
Miss Nene Leakes, right? Is that what he said?
All the housewives.
Yeah, he know all the housewives. He done slept with that girl, Portia's husband.
Well, don't say that because he got sued for that.
Allegedly.
Well, that we know that was a lie because he lost that lawsuit.
He done did all these things. All these things. Y'all, and then y'all stupid as these stupid people. Oh, he do. Oh, I'm gonna give y'all just send me y'all cash app. I'm gonna give y'all I'm gonna send y'all everybody a blessing. I'm gonna send everybody a cash app. Child, the most cash app money that he done sent out to people, I kid y'all not, is $5. Yes, babe. Hold on, y'all.
I wish a millionaire would. I wish a millionaire would.
Yeah, I wish it's a lot of million. Child, y'all know it's a whole lot of fake millionaires out here. Child.
Miss Andrew Colwell, honey.
Big wigs on, sitting up.
I'm not doing that. I told you I'm not doing that with you anyway. Can we get on to
Lord have
helping
mercy.
someone that needs help?
Yes, we're going to get to the help that y'all. Y'all know 'tis the season. 'Tis the season. 'Tis the season for you to open up your hearts. 'Tis the season.
So, y'all, Monica last night said she was trying to help a lady who couldn't provide Christmas gifts for her children. So, when I heard the story, I actually, Joseph is rough and tough with his Afro puffs, but y'all know that I do have a little heart somewhere. So it touched my heart, and I actually shed a tear. I did, because I thought about how I would feel as a kid, and I woke up on Christmas Day and there was nothing under the tree. I know how I feel as an adult when I don't have money to do things that I need to do or that I want to do, and I know how that feels, but I understand that because I'm grown.
Right.
A child will never understand why they didn't get. I don't care how much you explain to them and how much they tell you it's okay. It's not okay. So we told Monica that we would definitely help her friend get stuff for her children for Christmas. So I just put the link down. If you would like to purchase, her sons are 11, 12, and 13. She created an Amazon wish list. And in the wish list, you can just purchase some of the items that she's chosen. And honestly, it was a very modest Amazon list. When you go on the Amazon list, you'll see the Amazon list is very modest. So if you can, definitely purchase something. If you can't purchase something and you want to send her a cash app, I'm going to put her cash app in the chat. Don't send cash app to me, Tramel. Don't send it to Monica. Send it directly to her. In the subject line, you can put for your son's Christmas. You can either go to Amazon and purchase them a gift. It'll go directly to her, and she can just give it to the boys on Christmas Day. Or you can send her a cash app, and then she can actually buy it herself, or do what she needs to do with the money or whatever. There's her cash app, and there's the link for the Amazon. Any help that you can provide. Items aren't expensive at all, Monica. There's like two things in there that, if you want to say they're expensive, that are expensive, like $49 and $39, but everything else is like almost under $20. So that's why I said the list was modest, because other people would have been picking $80 and $90 toys, and she didn't do that. She chose very modest stuff, markers and things like that for kids and sons to play with, just stuff for toys for boys. So if you guys can, there's the Amazon link for the registry, and there's her cash app, whichever way you guys want to go. you can go. She would appreciate everything. She's actually gonna be on Monica's live either Thursday or Friday. So if you're not subscribed to Monica Views and News, definitely go to Monica's, subscribe to Monica, and I believe you all are because most of you go over to Monica when she goes live after us. And subscribe, and you will hear her story because I believe she's going to get on and tell her story. And Monica got me when she was telling me stuff. I was like, oh my God, I know what that's like.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I heard this.
I want to help.
I'm telling
So,
you, y'all see StreamYard cutting folks.
And
So my backdrop.
Joseph don't want to help. Tremella tell you, I'll tell you in a minute, mind your business, I'm not helping. But it was a lot. It was a lot for me. And when you can tell me a story and I sit there and I feel something in my spirit, I felt that it was for me and Tremella to help Monica do this for her. And
Well, children warm my heartstrings, y'all.
that's really what it was for the
children.
kids.
Children warm my heart. I ain't even messing with that shit. Children warm my heartstrings simply because I come from a big family. I grew up in a big family. It was 10 of us. I didn't have 10 brothers and sisters, but I had it was like 10. It was about 11. Brothers and sisters, like me and my siblings, plus my cousins, we all grew up together, And then, my sister, who has the biggest family, my sister got 10 kids, 10 children. All her kids are grown. I have great nieces and nephews, so I come from a big, huge family of children, And I've witnessed my sister, who was a single mother, make it happen every year. Like my sister, she raised her children on welfare. But I remember my sister every year at Christmas time going to work part-time or trying to get some type of job to make sure her kids had, gifts under the tree, at least 2 gifts under the tree, and it wasn't easy for my sister to get Christmas gifts for 10 kids as a single mother and pay the rent and make sure the kids had food and make sure that they just had, you know what I'm saying? But it was because she had a good support system from me and my mother and my other siblings and stuff like that. But, I remember, how my sister struggled to make it happen for her kids, and God, I think about those mothers that they try to make it happen and can't, they can't.
Your background disappeared.
Yeah, disappeared. They can't make it happen, y'all. These mothers out here, I see some of these mothers, like I see people like Monica. Let me tell y'all something about Monica. Monica is one of the greatest mothers that I have ever seen in my whole entire life. I remember last year, Joseph, when Monica was, talking about what she was going to get for Jayla and Jamel and stuff like that for Christmas, and how Monica was just making it happen. She was just making it happen. You know what I'm saying? Monica do anything for her kids. And Monica, by the way, let me just say this about you, your daughter. I saw that beautiful picture that you put up for your daughter today on your community wall. And your daughter is so pretty. She is so beautiful. Did you see that picture, Joseph?
No, it was on Facebook. I didn't see it. I really haven't been.
No, it's not on Facebook. It's on her community wall.
No, I really haven't been on my phone like that today. Imagine that. I haven't been on my phone like that.
That little Jayla is an angel.
She looked just like Monica.
An angel.
Monica twin.
She looked just like a little angel.
And Monica is pretty and thing.
Yeah,
I don't give away compliments like that all the time. But I give them to kids, but I don't give them to.
If I was on that fence, I'd holler. If I was on that fence, I'd holler. I'd holler at a whole bunch of women up in our chat, Joseph. Anyway, most of the women, all the women in our chat are beautiful anyway. But Monica, that little girl, oh my gosh, she is so adorable. Jayla is so adorable. You got to see that picture on her community wall. You got to see it. Her daughter is so beautiful. But y'all, open up your heart at this time of year. If you don't open up your heart at any time of year, think about the children, because children are a gift from God. That's the gift. And children deserve all the love, the nurturing, the support that we can give them. They deserve all the guidance. They deserve the good education. They deserve the beautiful lives. They deserve the experience of having a beautiful childhood, something that somebody like me didn't get.
See, we joke around and say we put them on the porch.
That's a joke.
All that
That's
other
a
stuff.
joke.
But I don't want y'all to believe that that's how we treat kids.
No, I would never. I would never do that.
That's what I'm saying. So that when you see me say our hearts go out to kids and stuff, it kind of like probably shocks some people. Like, well, wait a minute. 2 weeks ago, you said you'd leave them on the porch.
Yeah.
I would if they're back.
Yeah, I would. I need to turn on the porch. I don't care if it's Christmas or not.
No,
I take them, give me a little toy here. Take a little toy. Your mama, she don't know where to pick you up.
When Monica was talking last night, I was like, Monica, we're gonna help you, because I was like, I just couldn't imagine. Like, my mother was a single mom. She didn't have nobody to help her when Christmas time come. And I just thought about this one Christmas when she had 2 jobs, and when I tell you, she gave whatever me and my sister asked for, and me, both of us will tell you that was the best Christmas we ever had. Because everything we asked for plus more, we got. I ain't never seen. It was funny because I ran out of the room, and I went running back in the room and told my sister, "Oh my God, Santa's whole thing exploded in the living room." And she was like, "What?" I said, "Come look." Like, from where the tree was, like, honest to God, halfway into my living room was just gifts wrapped up for me and my sister. And
it used
as
to be
a
the
kid,
same way for us.
and as a kid, that's like the excitement.
Oh my God,
Christmas.
I remember those days just getting up.
Right.
Yeah, I remember.
So in my head, when Monica said what she said,
I wish everything.
I just couldn't imagine waking up on Christmas Day and seeing nothing.
Right.
Like, that would have destroyed me. And I don't care
Joseph,
what nobody would have said.
It's kids out here with no tree.
Exactly.
No lights.
And that's why I like those trees that they do in the mall where you adopt a child. And you can, but see, I tried to do that one time, and when I pulled the name off the tree, I put it back because I just felt that the mother was being greedy. You want a pair of Air Jordans, you want a pair of all this expensive stuff. I'm like, who's gonna buy this for your kid? Like, okay, let's be humble, girl. You can't afford the Air Jordan. How dare you put it on the street?
Right. But there's kids out here that they just want a pair of Air Jordans.
No, what I'm saying is that ain't even the issue. That ain't even the issue, because 9 times out of 10, if you just put a pair of sneakers, most people are going to get something name brand. They're not going to just go to Skechers and get your kids.
Right, but kids don't look at value.
No, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, like, some of these people, like, I was watching people pull names and throw them on the floor because the stuff that people had on their PlayStation 2s. I'm like, come on, you can't afford to buy this for your kids. So what makes you think a stranger is gonna just
right? I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but kids don't look at
No. Tramel, you could tell the kids didn't write these. You could tell it wasn't in kids' handwriting; it was an adult's handwriting.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if a kid wrote it, that's one thing,
right?
Because kids are gonna write what they really want. This was in an adult handwriting, and I'm sitting there going, because one lady even asked me, and she said, "Who wrote these lists?" Right, but if he was like the parents, I was like, "Yeah, I know they did."
Right, but Joseph, what you got to look at, you see what, and see that's the thing, and I get what you're saying, but y'all, when you let's say you see something like that, you can't look at the gift, the value of the gift. You got to look at the gift, and if you're able to buy a kid a pair of Jordans, by all means, then go out and do that.
Right, and that's that ain't even.
But children don't see value. They really don't. Like I remember one time.
If a kid
I asked this little boy.
List,
wait a minute. I asked a little boy in my church. His name was Kobe. Actually, he's the pastor's. She's the pastor of the church now, but she wasn't the pastor at the time. I asked her. I said, I asked Kobe. I said, Kobe. I said, what you want for Christmas? He said, Brother Tramel, I want a drum set. I want an electronic drum set. Because I had said to him, I said, what do you want for Christmas? And I'll get it for you. He said, Brother Tramel, I want me a drum set. I went out and I spent almost $500 on a drum set. Little Kobe.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't look at the values because kids don't see value. And his mother was like, Tramel. His mother was like, Tramel,
That
No,
ain't the
you
point.
better.
When a
You know what I'm
parent
saying?
writing the list, if a kid writes the list, I don't have a problem with that because, like you said, kids don't know. All they know is I
You
want
right,
to play
Trisha.
Jordan.
You right.
All
And
they
hold
know is
on,
I want
Joseph.
this, I
Joseph, one
want that.
second. Michelle, our email is TheMKingz@gmail.com. That's Kings with a Z. And it'll be in the description of this video. So if you want our email, any of our information on how to contact us is in the description of all of our videos. Okay. But Trisha, you're absolutely right. Yes. What Trisha said I agree with. It's supposed to be what the child wants, not what the parent wants for the child. It's supposed to be what the child wants.
Right, and that's my point. They was writing all this expensive shit because they didn't want to buy it. They thought somebody else was going to buy it. The kid didn't write that. The parent wrote it. It's one thing if I walk up to a kid and say, "What do you want for Christmas?" and they tell me I want a PlayStation. Okay, fine. A kid don't know. Or a kid just know a PlayStation.
But you know, some
But if I
parents be
come to
whispering
you
in their ear
and say, "What your
baby,
kid
tell
want
me you
for-"
want a PlayStation. When,
No.
now, when we get here,
No, if I
now when
come
we
to
get here, you
you,
better tell them that you
if
want
I
to
come to you and say, "What do your kid want?" and you tell me a PlayStation, I'm gonna look at you like you lost your damn mind. You buy it.
Right. I get what you're saying. I get it.
Them lists, because people, and I felt bad for the kids that was on that list, because I'm like, I'm sure some of these kids were needy kids that needed it, but I never went back to one of them trees again. Because Trinell, they did them trees. I know
They do them in Jersey now.
In
They
Jersey.
do them what they call it, like.
It's like a wish tree where you adopt a kid.
Well, I remember when my sister's children were growing up, what they would do is they would tell my sister to create a list, a Christmas list for her children. And of course, my sister was one of those mothers that was just modest. She would be like, okay, my kid wants some blocks. They want play. She didn't ask for no expensive stuff, but they would tell them, okay, pick out one expensive thing that your child wants, really, really wants, and put it on the list.
Right,
even then, my sister would put something, over expensive. But you had some people, they would be like, well, my kid want, an Xbox 360, and and they would get it for the kid. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's so hard. That's why I say, kids don't see value because, they don't. When you I remember when I used to go see Santa Claus, I told Santa Claus what I wanted. I didn't care. I didn't care because I didn't know what the value of that was because I was a kid. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Joseph, because some parents out there that will do things like that. They will say things like that. They'll take advantage of what is being given to them, or they won't appreciate it. Then you got some parents that just won't appreciate it. Oh, well, my child ain't gonna play with that. I done had some parents. I done had a couple of parents say this. Oh, don't get that for my baby. My baby ain't gonna play with that. Instead of seeing the thought behind the gift. And parents see the thought behind the gift. It may not be the gift that your child asks for, but see the thought behind the gift. See the heart behind the gift when somebody is giving.
Well, right. I don't mind kids asking me for whatever because, like you said, it's kids.
You're like, like this mother, and y'all don't know the backstory. Like Joseph said, Monica's gonna share this, but I'm pretty sure this mother. It took a lot for her to come to Monica.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Number one.
And when you look at her list, it's so modest.
This mother probably, I promise you guys, whoever this mother is, if y'all just say Merry Christmas to her kids and send her kid a Christmas card with $1 in it, she will probably be, grateful for that, considering all the tumultuous things that have happened to her this year. And like we said, we y'all don't know the whole story, and Monica is gonna. I think Monica's gonna share this on her channel
on either next. I think Monica said next week, Thursday or Friday.
Okay, so y'all, if y'all want to know the full story of who this mother is and what she has endured and things like that, Monica will be. We'll keep you updated and posted on when she's going to either go live and do a live, stream with this woman, or whether she's going to upload a video about this woman, whatever. We're going to be there not only to support Monica, but to support whoever this mother is. And y'all, even if you don't want to support this mother, support some parent. There's a single parent out there right now that's struggling and they're sitting in their room crying and trying to figure out, how am I going to have something special for my child on Christmas Day? How am I going to make Christmas happen for my child? There's some parents that may just sacrifice and say, you know what, we may not have Christmas dinner, but I'm going to have a gift under the tree for my child. Because those are some of the choices that parents have to make. It is. That's reality. That's the reality of this world. So the TheMKingz, we support. We're gonna support. We're gonna support this mother. We're gonna support them, and we hope that you fall suit and you follow behind us and support this mother. And give a gift, or give a cash app, or give some words of encouragement. If there's a message that you want to send to this mother, or whatever, send it to our email, or send us a message, or send Monica a message and let her know, that we want to let this, whoever this parent is, we want to let her know that she is loved, and that, life is not always unfair. Sometimes life brings you beautiful things. It brings you hearts and stars, and all those great and beautiful things that we talk about when we end our show. Love, peace, and happiness, and sunshine. That's what we want to make this parent feel like. And we want to make all you parents feel like that. And we want you to, ain't nobody ever told you, the TheMKingz is, but we going to tell you that we understand and we know what it is, what a struggle it is to be a single parent, even though we're not single parents, because we don't even have children. But we because both Joseph and I, we are brothers that have sisters, that have children, and some of us have children. Like I have siblings that have been single, that were single mothers. Both of my sisters were single mothers. Both of them are married now, but there was a time when they were single mothers, and they had to do it on their own. So I'm a witness to it.
You're welcome, Monica. I'm
a witness to it. And my prayer and my wish for this Christmas is for every child to have a smile on their face. And for every child to wake up Christmas morning and just be in awe, like I was when I was a child. I used to get up on Christmas Day, child, and the whole living room, Joseph, the whole living room would be so packed. It would take us, my father would be like, okay, y'all got to stop opening up gifts. We're going over to Uncle Johnny's house. We're going up to your Aunt Eufa May house, and we all gonna have Christmas dinner. We used to come over to Christmas dinner and have to open up more gifts. And then we would get to my aunt's house and get more gifts from my aunt and my cousins and everybody.
There was no telling
gifts all day.
That I wasn't opening up all my gifts at one time. That wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, me. No, but I had so many gifts. We had so many gifts, Joseph.
I was opening everything that was in my house, and if anybody else had gifts for me, I was opening up everything.
No, Joseph, we had so many gifts. Me and my two sisters, we had so many gifts that we couldn't open them all up on Christmas.
Well,
we were still opening up gifts on the day after Christmas.
Well, you were slow.
That's the blessing. That was the blessing. And I told you, I'll tell y'all this story all the time. Let me tell y'all something. I was 23. I was 23 years old when my father passed away. My father passed away February 4th of 1990. Okay, that was 21 years ago. And I swear to God, y'all, my father took me Christmas shopping. He was still taking me Christmas shopping at 23. At 23 years old, my father was still taking me Christmas shopping. Jamel, come to the house, come pick you up, and go on Christmas shopping. I said, yeah, we're going Christmas shopping. I'm 23 years old. He said, just have your motherfucking ass ready. And he would take me, and he would let me. He would go to the mall, and he let me get anything I want. I got all clothes, honey. I went and got all the fashion shops, Gucci and Fendi, and all the. I was getting all the fashion. He said, "I said, Dad, this is too expensive. Boy, just get it." And he would just get me whatever I wanted. It's always been that way for me. It was always that way for me. I'm telling you, there's never been a Christmas in my life where I did not get what I wanted. I don't know what it feels like. I don't know what that child feels like. That child that doesn't get anything. Even now thinking about it, like I don't know what that feels like. I don't know what that feels like. Now I'm grown now, child. I tell people, child, Christmas, don't give me no Christmas gift. I tell people don't give me nothing for my damn birthday. But I never knew it as a child. I never knew what it felt like to not.
I like Christmas and birthday gifts.
I like Christmas and birthday gifts too. I love them. I love them. Matter of fact, y'all, that's the last thing we're going to talk about because we're going to move forward because we're going to end this show. Because I made the most amazing dinner for my husband. Sausage and peppers.
It smells good.
With potatoes.
That's what I smell. It smells like chicken.
Oh, Joseph, let me tell you something. You are going to be shocked and amazed.
Can you just give me some water?
Yes, I'll get you some.
I love you.
I love you too. But the last thing we're going to talk about is my birthday. Now, y'all, I will be celebrating my 54th birthday on Wednesday of next week, December 15th. And I'd like to give people this fact too about my birthday. I was born December 15th, 1967. 4 months later, the late great Martin Luther King was assassinated. So that's a fact about my birthday. And that's one of the facts about being born in in that era. Martin Luther King was killed April 4th of 1968. Was it April 4th or April 3rd? I'm not sure, but he was killed in 1968, April 1968. I will be celebrating my birthday on next week, and I'm going to have a celebration. I don't have any money or anything like that to celebrate my birthday, and I want to celebrate my birthday with you guys. But I have you guys to celebrate my birthday with, and you guys know I'm a musician, and I'm also a DJ. So, I am going to have an epic house party for my birthday. Meaning, I'm going to be spinning records. I'm doing all types of music. I'm doing R&B. I'm doing hip hop. I'm going to do some house music. We just gonna play music and we gonna have a good time. Now, Trisha asked me if I was gonna dance. I don't know, girl. I've been saving up that boogie for about 3 years, about 4 years now. I said I'm gonna get my boogie on my birthday. I was gonna do it at 50. I was just gonna go out and just have me a good old time and just get my boogie on one last time. And then I was gonna go somewhere and sit down.
Hold on, pause.
I might wait until my 55th birthday to get my boogie on.
Pause 1 second.
Yes.
James said, yes, I got your email, unless you emailed me again after the one I got last night. And Melissa M., if you are still in the chat, I'm going to hit you up after this live. I'm going to send you a message either directly to your phone or on Facebook. I just wanted to remember to say that. Go ahead, Trina.
Okay. Now, Trisha, she don't ask for nothing money on her birthday. I know that's right, girl. Now, in the grand scheme of things, if I can get some moolah, some money on my birthday, y'all, hey, listen, if y'all want to send me some cash for my birthday, that's cool. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna say thank you. Now, if you want to send me a little bottle, you want to send me a bottle of Hennessy, because last year one of the subscribers mailed us a bottle of Hennessy. Remember, Joseph?
No, that was for my birthday. Yeah.
Somebody mailed
Baileys.
you a bottle of Baileys.
Yeah.
Now you want to mail me a bottle of Hennessy? Because that's my favorite drink. That's my favorite drink, y'all.
You like the people with the expensive stuff. You need to tell them a fifth.
They can mail me. Listen, they can mail me a fifth. They can mail me a neck of Hennessy if they want to. I'm gonna drink it. That sure is. I don't have a birthday wish list. I don't. I really don't have a birthday because I really, y'all, I just don't. I don't have a birthday wish list. I was, it was, I was going to create a birthday wish list, but I'm like, I just really don't. Yeah. Only thing I want is some more jewelry. I want some more. Like I love to have me some bracelets to go on this arm. That's about it. And then there's this Dior set that I want. The lady won't tell me how much it costs. Shout out to Rob Millie on Facebook. But I don't really, y'all. The only thing I want for my birthday really is health, strength, and being in my right mind. That's it. I'm a very humble person these days. I am very humble. I thank God every morning for waking me up with breath in my body and being in my right mind. And I got a testimony before we go to Joseph. What I want to share with everybody about my health. Because this is the testimony, and this y'all, this is the goodness of God. I'm gonna tell y'all the goodness of God, because God is good all the time. Y'all, I'm not one of those Christians that just say that. I believe it. I feel it. God is good all the time. And let me tell you something, God watches over me.
Martin said you need to make a wish list child like the kids.
Y'all, thank you for making me laugh.
You gonna party with us, James Saturday? You gonna party with us next Wednesday when we go live?
Oh yeah, honey, we gonna be dipping.
We gonna party. We gonna be dipping in the.
Oh, I'm gonna pull this thing back.
We gonna play some
we gonna be
music.
dipping and doing it.
We gonna be doing the damn thing.
We gonna be dipping.
James said, I got your email tomorrow morning. That's exactly what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow morning.
Now, last year what I did was they had this every time somebody sent me a cash app, I had to take a shot. Remember Joseph? Oh, I was so drunk. I got so drunk. But anyway,
I'm trying to make that happen for you again.
I got a testimony. I got a testimony. I went to the doctor. I went to my regular scheduled primary care physician for a follow-up. And as you guys know, earlier this year, I was diagnosed with stage 3 kidney disease. And my doctor, I went and I spoke to my doctor. We had a conversation. He told me about some things. He's like, you need to eat more. You need to eat healthier. And And I was like, okay, and I'm like, I really try to listen to my doctor these days because I've done so much damage to my body, from being diagnosed with diabetes. I got diagnosed with diabetes at age 40. And I really was in denial and I didn't take care of myself. I didn't listen to what the doctor said. So nowadays I listen to what my doctor says because I didn't listen in my in my younger years. I didn't listen. I did a lot of damage that could not be reversed. Okay. And so, like I said, I was diagnosed earlier this year with stage 3 kidney disease. And when the doctor diagnosed me with stage 3 kidney disease, they told me what I need to do. And y'all, when the doctor gave me the diagnosis, normally people fall apart when people say stuff like that, kidney disease. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. But I didn't. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is within my spirit. I don't know. I don't understand why I got the spirit that God gave me. That gave it to me for a reason. Because I didn't panic. It didn't depress me. It wasn't something that I looked at in a negative light. I just looked at it as something that I have to now deal with. And because of that, my doctor said, okay, Tramel, you have to do A, B, C, and D. And so then I started doing A, B, C, and D. Right? So I went to the doctor this week and, I got the blood work done and he did the blood work. And, he said, well, Tramel, I need to see you in 2 weeks and I'll let you know, everything. Because he said he was going to make some adjustments to my medication in 2 weeks and so on and so forth. And I was like, okay. 9:30 that night, after I came from the doctor, 9:30 at night, I get a call from my doctor, which I'm like, why is he calling me at 9:30 at night? And I put him on speakerphone so Joseph can hear him. like sitting there, and he's telling me, he's like, Jamel, you have to do A, B, and C, and D. I looked at your blood work, and this is what I saw in your blood work. And he went over everything that he saw in my blood work. And he was like, your blood pressure is high. You really need to work on your blood pressure. And I want you to document your blood pressure. So he got me wearing this. He got me taking my blood pressure twice a day and documenting it and so on and so forth. And he said, Jamel, he said, I really have to tell you something. He said, you have gone into stage 4, kidney disease, stage 4. And he says, technically, you should be on dialysis. We should be prepping you and getting you prepared for being on dialysis. He said, Jamel, you don't have any symptoms. You don't have any symptoms of someone. You don't have the symptoms of someone that needs dialysis. So as long as you eat healthy and you do what I have instructed you to do, then everything will be fine. That's the goodness of God. That's the blessing in the lesson. That's the goodness of God. That's how God works. He don't work no other way. I promise you that. God don't work no other way. He don't give you nothing that you can't bear. And when you ask him to watch over your life, when you ask him to heal you, he does it. He just do it. He don't do it when you want him to do it. He do it when he want to do it. And he always on time. Our time and God's time is 2 different things. You got to remember, you got to realize that our time and God's time is 2 different things. Joseph, if you don't stop singing this song while I'm trying to be serious.
I am being serious. I'm giving praise and worship for your blessing. Send him a blessing, Lord. Send him a blessing. Right now.
We go in that kitchen and pour all that food in the goddamn garbage. That's what you gonna make me do. I'm trying. This is my testimony, y'all. This is my testimony, and I know that sometimes I can be a little over passionate and animated and stuff like that. But y'all, I'm being real with y'all about who God is, and I want y'all to understand.
No, he really is.
I want y'all to understand who God is, and God don't work like that. God don't work like these fake ass churches and Christians want y'all to believe. You don't have to go to church in order to have a relationship with God. So if people tell you you don't go to church, you going to hell, or people call you a heathen for not going to church, you tell them to say fuck you and kiss my ass. Because that's some bullshit. God don't God don't mind us cussing. He don't care.
I don't think we should do that.
Yes, you should. Yes, you should. If these Christians out here want to talk this, want to speak this hate to you, then you speak it right the fuck back to them. And I'll tell a Christian in a minute that tell me I'm a heathen or tell me that I'm going to hell. I'll tell them, you going to be at the fish fry, bitch. Fuck you and your mama. Kick rocks, kicks my ass right in the crack. That's real talk. God is a loving God, and he wants us to love one another. All this hate and all this indifference and all this difference and this divide that we got amongst one another, y'all need to take that out. Just take it out. Just remove it. That's what you need to be removing. You don't need to be removing no spirit of your child being gay, or you get what you get. And stop being mad at your children for being who they are. They're a gift from God. Remember that. With that being said, y'all, we get on out here. Y'all make sure y'all watching us on all social media platforms. And Joseph, your ass don't start coming on this camera with me.
That will be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you can, share us out to a friend. Also, please, if you want to become part of the TheMKingz Kingdom, hit that join button to become a lord or a lady, or even a knight at our round table. Also, check out the TheMKingz Boutique for everything TheMKingz and Dare to Be Different. Because why would you want to be the same? And with that being
You
said,
going straight to
please, well, I gotta go to hell. Didn't you just tell me what you just said? You can't tell me how to praise. You can't tell me how to get my praise
Let me tell
on.
you something. This gonna be a smack in the face line. You're gonna be right in that line. The Lord gonna say, that's for doing that. That's for that.
Everybody sings my song because it's a catchy tune, and they
Stop
sing my
playing with
song
me.
because ain't nobody playing. It's my praise and worship.
He gonna say, what you not gonna do, Joseph. What you not gonna do is you gonna stop playing with me.
That's my praise and worship.
That's what the Lord gonna
James
say.
said, we're going to talk about that tomorrow morning because we definitely have to talk about the pregnancy thing because we just talked about that a couple of days ago.
About what?
How women lie about being pregnant trying to keep a man, and that's just what happened last night.
Oh,
I think
sure
she
did.
lied.
It sure
She
did
ain't nobody
on
pregnant.
sisters. It sure did on sisters, y'all.
She ain't nobody pregnant. She just wanted to see what Zach was going to do. But anyway, we're going to talk about it tomorrow morning. So please be here if you can at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
And we will see you tomorrow morning, please.
Yes. And support the McCray Kings platform. We can just support y'all. We can just support the McCray Kings platform. Our cash app is right there for those of you that want to send us donations. Please, by all means, do that. We especially need that Christmas time, y'all. Especially, and all your donations do go back into our platform and help us grow. Thank you so much. And we thank and appreciate. And I got things Joseph, before we go, I got to say thank you for y'all. Thank you, y'all, for this. I don't know if y'all know what this is. This is one of those tripods that move whenever you are, going live. Like you want to go live. Like this is something that I've needed for our cooking segment. Because everybody was like, Tramel, why you don't do no cooking shows and stuff like that? And it was because I didn't have this. And this right here, and all I got to do is put my phone on it. And when I'm in the kitchen and I'm moving around and I'm talking to y'all, I don't have to have Joseph hold the camera. This will move on its own. So thank you. Your donations that y'all sent us made it possible for me to get one of these. And I actually need two, but I'm glad I got one.
You too, Reese Cup. You too, Melissa. Thank you, she nursed this. Good night, James said, we got a date tomorrow at 11:30 to talk about our show.
Antoine, I'm getting ready to end my live. I will be right with you. Don't go away. Don't you go away, Antoine.
Just always thanks for sharing your evening with us. Always remember to walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. And always remember,
it's Team McCray.
All damn day.
So, love you guys.